Hi everyone, so today's positivity topic is to be open to receiving. So as you all know, I have a hint of spiritual positivity section on my YouTube channel. So feel free to comment over there and let us know if you have anything positive to share, as it will be helpful to a lot of people out there. Apart from that, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more lovely videos and recipes. So today's topic is about being open to receiving through posture. So it's always about try this, like raising your hands, looking about to the sky or looking up, and be open to receiving all that divine energy. Spread your hands, especially your elbows and all, spread it. Feel your whole self open. Open it, lift your chest up, open and receive. Look up, receive. So your whole spine, your body, everything is nice and erect. See, this is a receiving posture. This is a receiving. See, I'm taking, bring it. I'm open to receiving. Whereas this way, and you're hunched and crouched, that is like you're closed off from the world. So the first half of the section will be some topics relating towards that, and then the second part I'll explain about the posture in detail. But this is the idea of the overall video that I'm going to talk, because as you all know, keeping a straight spine and in this sort of direction is very important, because when man started standing upright is when we got the consciousness, and we got, we were able to evolve more. We how come we are more superior, not superior, I should not use such words, but we are more intellectual, and we are the ones having more capabilities than many other species on the planet, or maybe almost all species on the planet, because we have our spine erect. See, we are the one of the species that walk erect on two legs. All other species are still walking on four legs with their spine curved downwards, like the other way. Like, so we are this way, our spine, not this way. So we should not, go back to that. We always need to focus on maintaining, keeping a upright spinal posture straight. So those are certain tips and tricks, because we always have to monitor our body. A lot of topics are there to talk about it, but now I'm not deviating from those. I'm just talking about, this sort of a receiving posture. So, and spreading it out, spreading your whole self should be open. You're open. That's the posture. That's what it's saying. To receiving the blessings, and you got to have those affirmations, positivity, because you don't want to receive anything negative. You want to receive all the positive and shut down all the negative. Receive, shut down all the negative. See, like we say, stop. So when you focus it to ourselves, it's like we are wanting to receive it. We are come here, come here, that way. So receiving, stopping. So we push off all the negativity, receiving all the positivity. The main thing then, these actions are just helping. It's like our body is a vehicle, driving, following the instruction of our mind. Our mind plays also a very vital role, because what affirmations we give ourselves, whether it's positive or negative, is what we feed ourselves, isn't it? So when we focus, I'm bringing in positivity, I'm bringing in abundance, I'm bringing in prosperity, I'm bringing in good health, I'm keeping out negativity, I'm keeping out toxic people, I'm keeping out stagnation of life, I'm keeping out, enmity, my enemies, I'm keeping out, destruction, I'm bringing in encouragement, I'm bringing in uplifting energies, and then you pray to God. So this open posture plays a more effective role than closed off. This is also good, because you're humbly requesting, asking, but still you feel a bit of closeness, like a requesting, like thank you, hello, that sort of a courteous. But this is more of a more demanding, dominating sort of, you are ready, you want it in sort of. But the mind has to play that important role as well in your affirmations, in what you are welcoming into your life. So that's what this topic will focus about. Hope it will be helpful for some of you. If you also have any other tips that you follow to encourage yourself with positivity, do feel free to share, as it will be helpful. Stay tuned, watch the video. Take care, bye. Hi everyone, good morning and happy weekend. So as you all know, in between I come like this and I share some of my thoughts with you. Actually, I share different contents, different sorts of videos. Obviously now I've reduced a bit on cooking, making cooking videos, but I do other things, so well, astrologically, they say if you have a Gemini moon, you tend to have different sorts of interests. You don't stick to one for a long period of time, and interest keeps changing. So that's kind of what, I'm going through, and I can feel that. But either way, today's topic is how to be open to receiving, isn't it? Because giving and taking both have to work with mutual balance. You can't keep just taking things away from others, because that will drain others out. Once you take, you have to also be able to give. Otherwise, you can't fulfill your own empty pot, and you can't fulfill like help others fulfill their pots, or basically you're not beneficial. Yeah, anyway, so what today's topic is about focusing on receiving. And receiving doesn't mean from others necessarily, it also means from the divine, from the universe. Because see, many people live in fear, especially now because of the corona and things like that. Many people are living in an uncertain sort of atmosphere, but we can't keep living in fear. Fear is a natural sort of an emotion that comes up when we are threatened, or when we are faced with change, or when something that's not ideal. I'm not saying bad or negative, because different, what's negative for us can be not so negative for someone else. For example, now in India, the corona is too much, but here in Australia it's not that bad. So you know what I mean. And also there's an extra fear that's portrayed to the population through media. So the situation is not so ideal. So that's what I mean by not so ideal than negative or it's bad, because everything in the universe happens for a purpose. So what we can do is focus on receiving. So when we are receiving from the divine, normally we say like this, this is like still a closed off, a defensive sort of a posture. Whereas if we do it like this a bit more, we are more open. So if you find yourself always crouching or clutching, or always in this sort of a posture, that means you're kind of closed off, and you're closing yourself off from the universe. And the other thing I said is, when situations are not ideal, we should not live in fear. We should always have trust, because fear is an easy emotion to happen when we are uncertain, but trust is somewhat difficult, because we normally find it hard to trust, especially others, or sometimes even we have to trust ourselves, but sometimes even we don't trust our own abilities, we don't believe in ourselves, isn't it? So trust is a more harder emotion to form and build and to work on, and you got to work on it over a period of time, because it's easy to break as well, and once broken it can't be mended back as easily. So trust is a very delicate sort of a emotion and a topic that we give. It's not as easy to give out or take in. So trust is something we all work on through our different stages of our life, and even if you do, still the chances of getting betrayed here and there is likely as well. But never lose trust, because once you lose trust, especially in life too, we are living based on a certain amount of trust. If you lose all trust, lose all hope in life, then there's no point of living. We feel like that, right? So trust is important either way. So rather than living in fear, it's better to live based on trust, which is very important. And just trust that you're protected. Trust that you're not in control of everything. There's a higher energy that's controlling things, isn't it? How the world is working. The sun rises every day. It rises every day. It's not going to come tomorrow, hopefully not, and say, oh hey, I'm sick, I'm not going to rise up today morning. It's not. For the past many years, at least from the time I'm on this earth, I've seen the sun rising up every day. It might be temporarily covered by an eclipse or something, but it still rises every day. We still see day and we still see night. They don't make excuses or go on vacation or holidays often. So the same way, just trust that you're led by a higher divine force, whether it's good or bad, but trust that you're protected, whatever situation you face. And that trust is important. If you have that trust that you're taken care of and you're protected, by the universe or by the divine, then that will sustain you through all these temporary fears of temporary unideal situations. And another thing, so today I'm going to basically talk about the posture. So I deviated a bit from the topic. So my main topic today was also to talk about the posture. So this thing came into my mind. So when these things come, I feel like, it's from the spiritual. So it's good to share as well, because that's serving a higher purpose when you share certain things with others, because it might be helpful to them. So yeah, so when you're keeping your posture, if you're like this, if you're like this, if you're always, your hands are coming inward towards your body, you know, that means you're a little bit more closed off. But also in India we say namaste like that, namaste, we join our hands like this. So that's also, it's like thanking and hi and those things. But a better posture, I always find, especially when you are feeling stagnant, you want to receive something, you want to receive that divine energy, you want to receive a bit more from nature, you want to feel a bit more accepting. What you can do is like this, even when you ask God, help me, when you're opening your hands like this, you're open to receiving. So that's the posture, so try this, every day, at least for 5-10 minutes. And maybe you can say some affirmations. I'm open to receiving positivity, I'm open to receiving all the blessings. Maybe look at the heaven above, you can see the vastness of space, you can see heaven, the sky, and you will feel, a certain amount of good vibrating, uplifting energies coming within you. And you will feel even more open when your heart chakra is more open to receiving than being like this and like this and like this and being closed off. So that's my topic today. It's a small topic. The other things that I said in the beginning leading up to this is sort of relevant to this. But the minute you open your hands like this, you will know. If you are being too closed off, you will feel that stress and strain. But if you're always open to receiving, it will come naturally and easier to you. Even I think these Muslims and all, they pray to their God like this, it's like opening the hands. Even I think in Christianity, sometimes we say, oh Father in heaven, you open your hands. So that is a good way of praying. It's like asking the divine to step in and help you fulfill your purpose through the higher purpose, in this world, through the divine. So you're open to receiving. So this is an open, this is a closed position, isn't it? You automatically know this is, you're opening yourself, you're very vulnerable, you feel like, you're accepting and letting go. You should feel a bit more protected. Like you should have that trust, that you are protected even though you feel vulnerable. But this open pose is always better. Always, our postures play an important role, because subconsciously too, the way we move, the way our spine gets bent, the way our postures, it all shows how much burden we are carrying in life, what sort of things we are going through. So subconsciously, our consciousness also affects our body, so certain things, what's happening in our mind is what translates to the body as well. And there's a body language that goes through. So you can analyze yourself whether you are being too closed off or whether you've been more open. So always try to be more open, try to be more receiving. So like that. So those are the different more open postures. You can feel like your chest is all out, you're breathing in more air, you're more welcoming in the energies than shutting out the world away from you. So that's much more better, that to be open. What else? So yeah, that's it. So even though we have this body, we have, this is just like a car, like, we are driving a car, there's a driver and there's a car. So our mind, the emotional state, or that spirit is called the driver, and the body is just the vehicle that we carry. We leave it here before we once we leave the world, isn't it? We don't take this with us. And the other thing is, this body, when we pass away, or when somebody passes away, then they've not taken their body, they are lying there dead, they have not taken their body is still there, but still people watch that body that's dead, they call it the dead body, and they mourn over it. Why? The body is still there, the person is, but something is left from the body, isn't it? Something very important for the body to perform has left. So that's the thing. So we might see the body of others, and that's how we see each person, you know, different looks, different uniqueness, different color eyes, different color skin. But deep inside us, there's a spirit that is within each one of us that helps us perform. Even our mind, you know, we have to control it, because if our mind loses control, everything gets messed up. So our body is just an instrument. The main thing, though that's what the materialistic world focuses on. Oh, you know, she's pretty. Oh, you know, and then we put makeup and nail polish and all those too, which is also needed. We need to take care of both. But when we take care of our physical body, we should not forget to neglect, and we should take care of our spirit as well, our non-physical part of us, that's, you know, more divine in nature, that does not really belong to the world. Like, it leaves, and once it leaves the body belongs to the world. It perishes here itself, turns back to dust, like they say. But yeah, so always we need to take care of our emotional side as well, because that's very, very important, our mind. What else should I say? So it's not scripted. I'm just thinking, you know, what all to say, what's coming to me, and I'm just sharing it. So yes, we better get going then, because it's weekend. We have our plans. So I thought I'll just come and say hi, and hope all of you enjoy the weekend. I don't know who needed to hear this, because it's such a hard situation. Some of you might be more closed off than others. Some of you might be looking for certain things to help you heal, to help you receive more of the divine energy. So be in nature, you know, just open yourself and just be open to receiving as well. And if you're feeling drained out, be open to give and help others all out as well, because nobody gets recognized for their own achievements. People get more recognized when they are more giving and helpful in nature. But don't give too much of yourself. That causes you to get drained out, because when you give, it's important you equally receive as well. So it's always going to be a mutual, beneficial give and take sort of a thing. And always feel protected by the universe. Don't feel fear, because something more higher is always protecting you and keeping you here, because you're just a small tiny speck, isn't it? Every tiny speck, even ants, mosquitoes, everything is, you know, having its own what's it called, something that's driving it. So, and also don't be too stressed, because like I said, your emotional state also you need to take care of. So do what it takes to give you peace of mind, give you calm, and that does not have to rely on any other person, because they're all going through their own struggles, challenges, and life paths. So your own healing should come from within yourself. And if you want also, if you're a spiritual person, seek the help of the divine also. It will be very helpful for you. So that's my message for today. So stay safe, stay happy, trust, don't live in fear, and think positive, and let's all hope for the best for each one of our lives. And we are the driver of our own life. Others will have opinions, different sorts of opinions about our lives and things like that, but we are the ones who, because they can look at us only through their upbringing and their mindset, based on what they have experienced. They have not experienced what you have experienced. Only you can know what, you know, the driving forces, how your outlook is towards life. So only you know what's best for you, and you have those capabilities. Nobody else needs to teach you those, even though we tend to look for approval outward. Because even a baby, you know, a baby is born vulnerable, doesn't know anything, but it automatically knows when it's the right time. The baby knows how to start crawling. So it's all inside, you know. We are having that spiritual consciousness. So never forget to acknowledge that the body is just an instrument that drives it, but that consciousness and conscience, those things are something that, you know, are within us. But we have to be open to receiving the divine wisdom in order to bring those spiritual part of us out and shine bright. So take care, enjoy, stay blessed, and have a good weekend. Bye. So once again, hope all of you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more lovely videos and recipes. Take care. Bye.